5 in the morning. It's also Sunday, and it's the 25th of August. All right, forgive me. I'm still finding my voice. I know I need to talk louder in the morning. Or get a mic. I actually do have a mic. I gotta find it. I gotta figure out how to use it. So, um, after 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching, 81 days, specifically from the book um, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, man, I really enjoyed that. I don't know why it took me so long, so long to get through it. I've had it since 2007 or so, maybe longer. I know I originally had the hardcover, as I would always buy whatever book came out by Wayne Dyer. Very important teacher in my life. And at a certain point, you start feeling like you're leaving teachers behind, that you've advanced, which is always a mistake, to think that you've advanced past anything. What we do sometimes do, however, is drop things as they no longer play a significant role. And I was more interested in reading the Tao itself and more interested in expressing it, living it, than I was in reading about it at that time. For whatever reason, um, over a month ago, over 81 days ago, I got the urge to pick up that particular book and immerse myself in it. And then I shared it, and I'm really glad I did. So, a couple false starts. I started reading from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which I absolutely love. And I've studied and studying for quite some time, and I'll continue to do so. However, um, as much as I am a yogic practitioner, making me a yogi by proxy, I am also a student of A Course in Miracles. I see no difference between the two. I see as the more I study A Course in Miracles, the more committed I am to my yogic path and lifestyle. The more I practice yoga, the more committed I am to living and expressing Course in Miracles. The same with expressing the Tao. And as the Course offers, the best way to do that is through the practice of forgiveness. And I've mentioned before the importance of, I'm going to bring up my desktop in case we have anyone come in who wants to chat.
What does...
There we go. The importance of forgiveness through yoga, that I can only perform when I do my asana practice in the morning. It's been going close to a year of having back issues. I'm doing something completely foolish that was unrelated to my workouts, unrelated to yoga, and very much related to my own foolishness. Ryan says, what's good, Eric? Everything's good, Ryan. How are you? And what's good with you? So, the practice of forgiveness extends to my asana practice, extends to my workout. I'm only asked to perform with the body that I have today, not with what I did yesterday, not with what I did 20 years ago. That was tough for me to come to. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgiveness of the body, doesn't mean um, not having goals and things that I wish that I could do. It doesn't exclude anything. It just means that I am centered in what I have this moment, doing what I can this moment. So that is the great lesson of A Course in Miracles. It's a book of forgiveness. It takes us through a workbook of 365 days, and each day we're given a lesson, and each lesson will ask us the same thing in various forms. To forgive, we come to our reality. We come to love, unconditional, fully realized. Our friend Ash is here. Ash is just popping in. Well, thank you, Ash. That's much appreciated. Ryan says, everything I can control. Let's see. I'm going to give it a try. Appendanigoy? Appendanigoy. How was that? Up and Danny going on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being pretty awful. How did I do? Let's see. No. So basically, I'm getting a 1. I gave it my best shot. I didn't do it for the subscription. I did it because you asked me to try. Let's see. Jayhawk says, do you believe in synchronicities? I do. 100%. We've all had them. We've all experienced them. Synchronicities being a meaningful coincidence. And our good friend Kayla Boo is here. Kayla, how are you? All goes here. All good, my friend. How are you? You getting ready to take care of the animals? So, anyway, I've decided for however many days I feel inspired, I'm going to share from Course in Miracles. This is my original copy. I bought this, I think, in 1993, and it has been with me several moves, several lifestyle changes, but a constant companion. Sometimes pushed aside, sometimes used as a paperweight, sometimes used as a doorstop, but never abandoned. Never abandoned. Right now, I'm going to read lesson 75. Lesson 75 seems a little premature because it is asking us to celebrate. So in fact, in verse 2 of lesson 75, it says, today we celebrate the happy ending to your long dream of disaster. There are no dark dreams now. The light has come. Today the time of light begins for you and everyone. It's a new era in which a new world is born. The old one has left no trace upon its passing. Today we see a different world because the light has come. That's lesson 75. The light has come. Begins with the light has come. You are healed and you can heal. The light has come. You are saved and you can save. You are at peace and you bring peace wherever you go. Darkness and turmoil and death have disappeared. The light has come. So that seems a little premature. Lesson 75, when there's 365 lessons, and I've been studying this book since 1990 something. Let's see, Jayhawk says, I've been flooded with various numbered synchronicities lately, just about every day, just trying to figure out what the universe is trying to tell me. That's the great thing with synchronicities. They are meaningful coincidences. They are messages. No one else can tell us. We just need to keep opening up and opening up and opening up. What is it the universe wants to tell you? Jayhawk, you'll figure it out. Just keep listening. Follow the signs. Let's see. CR? Sayar? I apologize if I said that wrong, and almost certainly I said it wrong. Says hello. Hello, my friend. Jayhawk says, a coop worker told me the other day that the season of depression is upon us. It does not have to be. Does not have to be. Holgo says, how are you, Yogi? I'm good, Holgo. I'm doing really good. Oh, co-worker. Got it. Lesson 75 says, darkness and turmoil and death have disappeared. The light has come. That's because, again, lesson 75, 365 lessons, so 295 more if you're studying the course, but it's a lifetime. Doesn't it seem a little premature to think the light has come? It's never left. It's always been here. This is the light of consciousness. It's the light of the heart center. So maybe for your coworker, the season of depression is there, but it doesn't have to be. If that is realization, you can be the light bearer. You can be the one bringing the light to your friend. So it goes on, lesson 75. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. That's how we do it, guys. We forgive the world. One grievance at a time, one resentment at a time. Let's see. Helga says, that's good. I'm going to try and make it more to your streams. Say, thank you, Helga. I appreciate that. Our friend Goldie says, hi there, lovely people. Hi there, lovely Goldie. Hey, Goldie, I got a message on, um, I forget which, on my community page from Greg Dayton, addressed to you. He said, hello there to Goldie. Um, this is Greg, Greg from California. And it is 12 days away from his birthday. Just wanted to say hi to you. Goldie says, hi there, Jayhawk Nation. And how is he? He didn't say specifically. Sorry, I gotta change the battery in my smoke detector. I'm gonna do that before my next live stream. See, Jayhawk says, I have these deep inner feelings of manifestation, but yet I still feel underachieved and unfulfilled. My only suggestion is I'm going to take it straight from the Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles says that we have two voices in our head. We have the voice of the ego, which is always wrong, and we have the voice of love, which is always right. Love is our connection. It's our connection with each other. It's our connection with the universe. It is our connection with God. So when you listen to the ego, you're listening to the voice of separation. So the feelings of underachieved and unfulfilled is the voice of the ego saying, you need to do more. You need more. You're not there yet. You're still separate. That the only way to be fulfilled, the only way to have a sense of achievement is to make more money, to have different jobs, to do this and do that. It's always telling you to do. Well, the voice of love, the voice of spirit, is telling you to rest in your beingness. You don't need to do anything. You are already achieved. You are already fulfilled. That you are the voice of love, the voice of beingness itself. There is nothing that you need to do. The ego's voice is strong because we've related to it for as long as we've been alive. Well, not quite. The voice of ego began to really become apparent and strong around the age of 2 or 3, and then it just keeps getting stronger and stronger through life. If we're lucky, we get an urge from spirit that says, turn within, start meditating, start praying, start practicing forgiveness, start giving, start listening to the synchronicities. But that voice, the voice of love, is always gentle, it's always kind, and it's always soft. The voice of the ego is always loud, and it wants to drown everything else out. But because you're noticing these synchronicities, it means that that voice of love is getting louder and louder, and the voice of your ego is getting desperate. It doesn't want to be replaced. The truth is, it doesn't even exist. It's an illusion. It's concept, collection of thoughts. Olga says, ego, I only known Freud when it comes to ego. Yeah, he had an interesting concept of the ego. I prefer Carl Jung's better. However, my favorite is really based upon yoga, Course in Miracles, and neuroscience. The ego is not an actual thing. It's a thought. It's the belief of who we are, but not the actuality of who we are. It doesn't have a thing. A neuroscience could cut open our brain and look inside, and it will never find an actual thing called an ego. Jayhawk says, what would you say to someone who rejects love out of fear? Sometimes accepting love is hard. We're getting Kayla letting us know she is still present, always appreciated. Goldie says hi to Kayla. Haga says, anyway, I'll see you, Yogi. And goodbye, everyone. Oh, yeah, Yogi, enjoy your walk. Thank you, Togo. Bye-bye, Hogo out. Appreciate you stopping in and for wishing me a good walk. So, Jayhawk, um, I don't know if I would say anything to someone who rejects love out of fear. Because when we're so caught up in fear, I don't know if I have the right words to show them otherwise. However, I could surrender and ask love to show me a way to reach that person. And of course, Miracles, it says you ask the Holy Spirit. Ask the Holy Spirit for the right words. And sometimes the best we can do is that people find their own way. It's helpful to remember you can never really reject love. You can just postpone listening to it. How can you reject what you actually are? You can only live in the illusion that there's a possibility of doing so. But like all illusion, like every dark night, the dawn always comes. Light is always present. It just takes time for the earth to revolve around the sun. So it takes time for love to be revealed in its totality, in its reality. And it will. So sometimes it's better just to demonstrate love. Man, I often think, am I saying the right things? And I don't know. So it's more important for me to do the best that I can to demonstrate. Here's what I notice. The more I demonstrate, the more I have people tell me, nope, you got to hate this person. You got to dislike this person. You got to make a choice. You either do this or we'll leave your channel. You got to do this or we won't support you anymore. You either do this or I'm sorry, but I can't be here for you. And all I can do is just keep demonstrating to the best that I'm able to, making mistakes along the way and forgiving myself for making those mistakes. As I mentioned a couple times already, I've taken a position, not really a position, I've stated my reality. I refuse to hate anyone. I refuse to pick a side. I refuse to have enemies because I don't. And none of us do. In the absence of a thought, who's your enemy? If I say my enemy is Democrats, my enemy is Republicans, my enemy is whoever, pick a person, pick a party, pick a side. But if I didn't have that thought, who would my enemy be? If I didn't have the thought of Democrat, if I didn't have the thought of Republican, who could I possibly hate? In the absence of the thought, there's only the reality of love. So I always come back to emptiness. This is why the first lesson in A Course in Miracles says, and many people never get past the very first lesson, that nothing I see in this room, from this window or in this place, is real. Nothing is real. That's a big thing to swallow. Nothing is real. How can that be? Because what they're asking us to remember is nothing is real as we see it, because we have assigned meaning to everything. But it's the ego that assigns meaning. It's the presence of love, reality, that simply accepts. When we look at a tree isn't an oak. It's not an elm. It's not a willow. It's not a dogwood. It's a tree. And we have given it a label and a description and it says it's this. But in the absence of that label, it's just what it is. Hey, Skits is here. Sean, how are you? Hey, Lee was asking about you just yesterday or the day before. Sean says, good morning, Eric in chat. Hope you all are well. I'm doing pretty well. How are you? I'm going to get ready to take my walk, my first walk of the day. Hey, Sean, I apologize. I see you got some new content up, and I've missed it. I'm going to check it out right after the live stream. So I probably will, for the foreseeable future, just keep diving in each morning with the Course in Miracles. Some people never get past the language of the Course in Miracles because it's in decidedly Christian terms, but it really is a book on guiding us to Christ consciousness. And when we get to that level, Christ consciousness, we can replace Christ consciousness with Krishna consciousness, Buddha consciousness, or just love. There's no labels, no distinctions. Let's see. Sean says, Bless Lee, he commented on my community post this morning. I am well. I just struggle at the moment trying to record myself. And how are you? Skit says hi to Goldie. Goldie said hi to Skits. What's the struggle, Sean? I'm doing really good, which doesn't mean I don't have issues. I do. We all do. I mentioned before, you know, as soon as you find yourself in this place, as soon as you find yourself full of a grateful heart, full of forgiveness, just offering love, you have people come to tell you otherwise, which is just confirmation of where you actually are. So never lose hope. Never lose sight of the fact that everything that comes to you is an opportunity. You can choose to project fear or extend love. And never leave yourself out of that equation, that you can always extend love towards yourself. Goldie says, Eric McCarty, the trip to the caves was canceled. I'm sorry, Goldie. Man, I'm really sorry. That seemed like such a beautiful trip and well deserved for you. I know that you're okay. Even in the disappointment, I know that you're okay. And I know that you would absolutely tell me it's okay as you put it in God's hands. But it's still, I know it's disappointing, my friend. Kyle says, hey, Kyle, how are you? Sean says, my self-confidence is terrible. I overthink and judge myself way too much. You know, this is where I'm going to defer to the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita being the holy conversation between Krishna and the prince, the archer, Arjunan. Arjunan is fully lacking self-confidence. He is judging himself. He's overthinking. He's at the very beginning of a battle, and he has family on both sides of the battle. Whatever he does, whatever he decides to do, he's going to kill someone that is near to him, someone that he loves. He's going to go in battle against both sides that have a point, but he knows that he has to lead one side. We can say that one side is the voice of love, spirit, reality. The other is the side of the ego. He doesn't want to destroy the ego, doesn't want to fight it, but he needs to do something. So he sits down and he tells Krishna that I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to do anything. Krishna says that is an attitude that is unbecoming of you. You are divinity, you are holy, you are creative, you are who God made you to be. And that the way is of action. Simply do what you are assigned to do. Do what you have to do in the moment and leave the results to God, to Krishna, to Jesus. So, and of course, or I'm sorry, in the Bhagavad Gita, it tells us that we are only responsible for what we're doing each moment, not for the results. That lets you off the hook. Sean, commit to what you have to do, commit to your creativity, and leave the results behind. Don't worry about the results because they haven't happened yet. They're not in your hands. Goldie would mention this as well. The results are in the hands of God. So surrender to God, which means that you are free to do the actions themselves. You are free to record yourself. You're free to be as creative as you want. Because there'll always be another project. There'll always be another moment where you can record something different. And then you notice that you keep showing up and you keep surrendering to the process. You keep surrendering to your own inspiration, your own creativity. Man, it's such a wonderful sense of freedom. Sean, you can't make a mistake. You can only express who and what you are right now. Let's see. Sean says, I think hearing that has helped me a lot. Thank you, Eric. Brother, I will work less and create more. Man, I love hearing that. Work less and create more. I do that every morning with my own writing. If I find myself judging what I'm writing, I let go. I smile. I laugh. That's just the ego telling me this, telling me that. Always come back to the heart. Anytime you hear the ego, instead of fighting it, use it as a reminder. Laugh. Man, that's just my ego. Use it as a useful tool. Ash says she's back. Goldie says it was my and my daughter's decision because of other expenses. We just can't afford to go now. Yeah, I've been in that position. Sometimes it seems a tough decision until you actually make it. And then it's sort of a relief knowing that you made the best decision, that you're looking at the big picture. Let's see. Sean says hi to Ash. Good to see you. It is good to see Ash. She has been a great friend to the channel lately. Her and Aspen showing up. All right, so it's just about time for my walk. So I'm going to spend some time on Sean's channel before I take my walk and when I come back from my walk. I want to visit, I want to see the introduction, and I want to check out his community page. Hey, I'm sorry that I missed that. I made sure that I've hit all to the notifications. Remember, it's not enough just to subscribe. If you want to support, not just hit the support, but hit the all button when you subscribe, so you get all the notifications. Especially when you have someone like Sean, who is re-beginning their creative journey on YouTube. Definitely want to be there to support that. As well, we need to get Skits up to 50 subscribers so he can do some live streams. Let's see. Skit says, thank you, Eric. Never be sorry, brother. I understand that you are busy. I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. Thank you, Sean. You have a wonderful day as well. Mir's here. I did not see Mir come in. So we got the premiere coming up from Optimob today, this morning. Well, not this morning. It'll be out. I think it's 4 o'clock my time, which is Eastern time, U.S. I think it's 9 o'clock their time, which is Swiss time. I got a comment on one of my posts from Optimob that he is. I don't want to hold him to this yet, as everything is always subject to change. Um, he's going to leave YouTube, spend more time on Rumble. Is it Rumbler? Rumble? I don't know. As the copyright strikes have been impeding his creativity, which I'm sorry to hear. And of course, I do hope he reconsiders, because it's, man, his channel, Optimum, is a light on YouTube, and we all need a little bit of light. So either way, make sure you show up if you're able to, and support Timo and Sabine and Bax when they have their premiere later today. Make sure you support our friend Mir. It's a good friend to all of us. If you have a goal for your YouTube channel, Mir will help you get there. And let's support each other. Feel free anytime I'm doing a live stream, or you can post to my community page. Let me know what your goal is. Let me know what you guys want to do, and I'll help in whatever way I can. We get a wave from William H. William, I hope you're having a good day. Appreciate the wave. Ash says hey to Kayla. Kayla's letting us know she's still here. Once Kayla says hi in the morning, I never doubt her presence. I know she's going to be here. Good to have friends like that. Our friend Goldie is like that. Our friend Eric Lapointe is like that. Our friend Jace is like that. He shows up with a poop howdy. Poop howdy, the traditional yogic salutation. Ash says hey to Jace. It's amazing. I'll close with this. It's amazing how doing my 5 a.m. live stream has become part of my morning practice. That I'm up at 2:30, my eyes open, and I immediately say thank you, thank you, thank you. I do my breath work. I meditate. I do my yoga asana practice. Then I make my coffee, and I sit and write as I drink my coffee. I also do my study of the Course in Miracles, which I do through the day. And then I do my live stream before I take my walk. And it never fails that I come here and you guys make me smile. You fill my heart up, and I carry it with me for the rest of the day. It's much appreciated. In the yogic and Buddhist tradition, the community, the spiritual community, is called the Sangha, Sangha, and it is just spiritual support, bolstering each other. And you guys are my Sangha, my spiritual community. I turn to you guys, I surrender to you guys, I open to you guys, and you never fail to support and fill me up with love. So thanks. It's going to be on that note that I'm going to say goodbye to everyone for the morning. I'm going to see everyone in the afternoon. I'm going to see everyone before the afternoon. Whatever you post, hey guys, let me know. My goal, I want to be there for each and every one of you the same way that you've been for me. If I haven't been there for each and every one of you, it's because, unfortunately and inadvertently, I might have missed something coming up. Let me know. Tag me in a post. I can share you out. I mentioned that to our friend Sean because he's endeavoring on a new path of creativity. Totally different than the stuff that he's been doing before. What a beautiful path. How can I not want to support that? If there's anyone, even just watching, who has not subscribed and gotten all notifications for Sean, for skits, please do. And the same goes with our friend Jace. The same goes with our friend Kayla Boo. Our friend Walking with Goldie is a support channel. So, hey, if you mention, do you need some support? Goldie's got you back. All right. I keep saying, and that's how I'll close out the conversation. But that is how I'll close out the conversation. Ash says, just posted something on my channel community. All right. I'm on my way. And Skit says, I hope everyone in chat has a wonderful day. You as well, my friend. And I'm going to share that wish. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to see you guys later. Take care. And Ash jumps right in. Another great live. And that's how we end it, guys. Thank you, Ash.